You're spending money wrong. Hear me out, because I was doing it too. We're constantly taught that money is everything, and more recently, that if you don't have lots of money, fast cars and expensive watches,
they can cry in a Ferrari,
that you're a lesser person. This caused me crazy anxiety for years, not knowing where my money should go and what I should be doing with it, and so inevitably I wasted lots of it, and still felt like that lesser person. But finally, after years of doing it wrong, I found a way to spend money that actually improves your life, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. Money's a funny thing. It's essential for us to live, and at the start, getting your money up to a point where you don't have to worry so much on a day-to-day basis is a huge well-being booster. But after a certain point, getting richer barely has any increase in how much you enjoy your life. I've been able to get myself to the very fortunate point of having a decent amount of disposable income in my adult life. I managed to get good jobs and with that good pay, but with that came a number of anxieties. Social media was telling me to buy a fancy watch, move into a nicer flat, and most importantly, do everything I can to keep growing that bank balance. But every time I thought about spending money, I got anxious about whether I should be saving it or whether what I was buying was the right thing. I wanted to be responsible with the fortunate position I found myself in, but I also couldn't help but want a few flashy new toys, and so I made mistakes. Fortunately, that means you might be able to avoid them. Firstly, I bought the wrong shit. Because I was uncomfortable about spending money, because I was nervous I was going to waste it, while also thinking I always deserved a treat, I ended up buying things that didn't actually fit the purpose of what I wanted. My top 3 shit purchases were the Pinter, a beer brewing device I used once, the copious amounts of coffee paraphernalia that sits unused, and the smart light bulb sets that fit none of my lights. Secondly, I wasn't evaluating what I was buying to make sure that it actually added value to my life. Hence, the shit purchases. More on how to do this later in the video. Finally, I moved to a new, expensive flat that I didn't need. From a homely flat with 2 bedrooms to a soulless 1-bed, white-walled box with a balcony. Increased rent, increased council tax, increased mental health problems. So, with all my shit purchases and silly fiscal decisions, I found myself living in a place I hated, surrounded by stuff I didn't need, and anxiety that was only increasing. I had to switch it up, so I moved back towards my friends and into the world of expensive beer and big buildings. And I was spending more, but strangely, I was feeling better. And then it all clicked into place. Money is there to facilitate your foundations in life. It should be used wherever possible to improve your health, grow and improve your relationships, support your hobbies, and allow you to focus on doing the things you truly want to do in life, whether that's work, experiencing new things, or occasionally buying something that you just think is really cool. What? I really like Harry Potter.
Filthy little mudblood.
I felt better because I was actually spending money on the right things. And that's helped me to come up with a simple evaluation method for how to spend money right, and actually improve your life with that spending. 1. Essentials versus luxuries. The first thing you need to focus on is your essentials. At simplest, a roof over your head, food, general bills. Savings is also something I consider an essential, especially when you have disposable income to spare. When you're going to be putting money into something that's a luxury, ensure it's not going to cause you to stop being able to consume the essentials. It's always worth noting that a luxury doesn't mean diamonds or fast cars. It can be as simple as a Netflix subscription. 2. Experiences and people are more important than things. As much as possible, I try and stray away from impulse purchasing so that I can actually prioritise what I spend my money on properly. Within that prioritisation, I now try and ensure that I focus on spending more on experiences and other people than plain old things. I've found that experiences have provided more long-term benefit for me than any individual thing that I've bought, and in the same way, generosity to those I love has always felt incredibly good to me. This is the sort of thing I was talking about. This is insane. Experiences are a bit of a catch-all. I've found that it can be anything from a holiday, taking a boat trip, going somewhere that lets you relax and swim in the sea, all the way to a nice meal out at a restaurant with your friends. It could be playing sports or facilitating a hobby, but realistically, The key factor here is that the experience needs to be something you intrinsically value and that improves the key parts of your life, which brings us on to point 3, foundations above all else. Whatever you're spending your money on, make sure it ties back to one of your foundations. I always try and make sure my spending either improves my health, deepens my social connections, enhances the hobbies I focus on in my spare time, improves my work, or lets me be comfortable in my own personality. The thing is, it doesn't even need to be super sensible spending. There's still a benefit in just picking something up because you think it's really cool because it relates to something that you're really personally interested in. That's still foundational. My foundations are the main thing that's given me the confidence to be able to know what I should be spending my money on, and while I'm not perfect, it's significantly helped me having those in my mind. So if you want that same confidence, this next video might be perfect for you.